Hello, welcome back. Thank you for joining me as always here. We have a very interesting question for discussion today. It's a question directly from one of you. And before we launch into it, I do wish to extend the open invitation to ask questions right here in the comment thread on YouTube if you've got them. Yes, we're going through the text of A Course in Miracles, and yes, it will still be there should we choose to deviate from it and have other topics of conversation. Of course, the text plays right into them. This course is wholly complete and unified, no matter what part we're talking about, after all. So I am more than happy to record a standalone video or a series of standalone videos on a particular topic of interest to you. So thank you for posing the question. And it's a good one that I think almost all of us can relate to probably right now. And even if you're not in this particular situation right now, you may have been, and you may well be. Who knows? And the question is, how can we access the power within that helps us to overcome financial difficulties? Yeah, very pertinent question. How do we access the power within that overcomes all obstacles? In this particular case, financial obstacles. Excellent question. And it is 100% directly related to the study and practice of A Course in Miracles. So let's just start with the premise that everyone that appears to be watching this video is in probably a very different position in this world of finances and being able to afford certain things. Maybe they're luxury items, or maybe it's your next rent payment or the light payment. And that's the situation. So, whatever it appears to be, if you're very wealthy and you're watching this, great. Maybe you weren't always, and you'll be able to relate to this, and maybe you won't always be. We don't actually know. So again, it's for everybody. This question is for everybody because the answer is one and the same for everybody. And I do mean the answer capital A. Spoiler alert, the Holy Spirit is the answer. You knew I was going to say that. But let's say some more about why that actually is and give some examples of how this actually works, right? Because this is really how we learn, is through putting these ideas into practice. Yes, it's very, very helpful to listen to a video or a talk or read or do some kind of thing, but it is even more powerful for us to apply the ideas in this course. Part of the genius of A Course in Miracles is in the fact that it is a self-study curriculum. I mean, it really is. It's not a religion, it's not a cult. There's no prescribed code of behavior or ethics or anything like that, which personally I've found really liberating, really attractive and really liberating. I don't know about you. And we all have different experiences with this. Some days it feels like none of this is working. So, yeah, that too, right? The Holy Spirit is, in fact, the answer. Capital A. Capital A, that is one of the names that the Holy Spirit is known by here in A Course in Miracles. Friend, capital F, the voice for God, teacher, I like to call it our inner teacher, because it is part of our mind. Yeah. Mediator, communication link. There are many names, so you may call your inner teacher whatever you want. Call it something else if you want to, or call it your guides. That makes absolutely no difference. That is the answer. So here's where the practicality comes in, the day-to-day, moment-to-moment practicality coming in. The power that overcomes a financial difficulty is the same power that overcomes an obstacle in any other arena in life. And it is not by doing pitched battle with this apparent and supposed obstacle. It's overlooking it and looking right past it completely. This is how the Holy Spirit operates. By looking beyond what appears on the surface of life to the essence of what is. And should we choose to follow our inner teacher, he'll teach us to do exactly the same. This is a kind of a longer winded explanation of the very opening sentence of chapter 1, section 1 of the course, of the text here. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. First sentence. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. To the Holy Spirit, every illusion is exactly the same. All illusions, he goes right past them, and we're invited to relax and trust our inner teacher's guidance and do exactly the same. So, a financial issue, and I know exactly what these are. I've had them in the past, in this lifetime. I don't know about you, but I've had moments of being very, very financially comfortable and very uncomfortable. And it has kind of gone like this. Your experience could be very different, but we all have access to our real power, our inner teacher, the Holy Spirit. So this applies to any issue or any challenge or problem. I mean, you can call a dilemma whatever you want to call it. We experience them all the time here in the world. And sometimes they're kind of minor, seemingly minor and nagging, and just something that you think about every now and then. And it rises to the surface and you get kind of agitated, and then it dies back down. Or it could be front and center, directly in your face, demanding immediate attention. Yeah. So as we study and practice this course, it's very important to understand that this course does not aim for us to rearrange the circumstances of our lives here in the dream. It is not specifically for us to overcome a financial challenge. It is not specifically for us to attract a loving, hot, sexy partner. It's not specifically for us to make changes in the world of form. There is no world. So it is not Purpose of A Course in Miracles is not for us to rearrange illusions. It's to look past illusions completely. We do this all in the mind. Now, this most certainly does not mean neglect what you need right here coming up for you in the world. Not at all. Here's how we solve this. And true to form for A Course in Miracles, we don't solve it. The Holy Spirit does. What we do is we bring our dilemma to Him in whatever language you choose to employ. Say whatever you want in your mind. This is all done in the mind. This course is about our changing our mind. It's a complete 180 in our mind. We learn to see things as they really are. Along the way, we are going to experience pain, including financial pain, for a lot of us. We're experiencing that right now. I'll tell you more about that in a moment. I get it. I mean, currently get it. So, hence the timeliness of the question. It's, yeah, very timely. It actually always is. What we do requires practice. The actual solution to this is to bring the problem, whatever form it appears to take, to the Holy Spirit. Bring it, bring Him the problem, and step aside. You might say, please show me. I bring this to you here. I don't know. I mean, please show me, right? Whatever language occurs to you is what you should use. And, you can choose to say something out loud or in the mind, either way. But we bring our issues, our struggles to the Holy Spirit. Now, this can mean a lot of things. When we bring our issues and challenges and problems in life to the Holy Spirit, and we actually do that, and we actually do step aside, He will show us what to do. Things will turn up that seem like they're meant to be. Now, it may or may not have an immediate impact on the situation that you brought to our inner teacher. It may or may not immediately improve your financial standing, for example. But you will be guided as to what to do, who to speak with, when and where, all of that. Because the Holy Spirit knows, our inner teacher knows, and definitely knows what our situation is here in the world, too. What we're stuck on, what we think is very concrete and real, and He'll show us. We just bring our stuff to Him. In practice, again, we just mentioned that you may not see a an immediate result, a concrete, definitive result right away, but you will see precisely what you're meant to see. As a result of habitually doing this, many things can happen. If it's a financial issue that you bring to the Holy Spirit, You may, in fact, go on to improve your financial situation. Circumstances may change in a manner that benefits you. In relationships, let's say you're looking for love in the traditional world sense, you are love. You know that. But let's just say, in the traditional romantic partner sense, that may or may not happen right away. But odds are, if you continue to bring everything to the Holy Spirit, you'll find exactly what you're looking for. I did it. I would know from personal experience. Perhaps you have too. So, in truth, it doesn't matter what you bring to the Holy Spirit. He solves all of our problems the same way. While they appear to take multiple different forms to us, they're all the same to Him. What we bring is, again, our little willingness to even bring the problem to Him in the first place. And we relax and trust. Trust our inner teacher's guidance. You will be instructed what to do, what conversations to have, and things will be presented to you. This is where our faith comes in. It's where our trust comes in. And it is where our chill outness comes in, our relaxing and trusting the guidance of our inner teacher. This is at the core of all of spirituality. Relax and trust. It's hard for us to do because, absolutely, because, especially even in the financial arena, right, where we think we have to orchestrate and reorchestrate things. And you may be directed to do just that, but make sure that it's the Holy Spirit that's directing you to do that, not just the ego flailing and running around frantic. And the more you practice this course, the more you'll be able to recognize the profound difference between the two. So, as far as finances go, in this lifetime, personally, I've had moments of being very comfortable and very uncomfortable, both. Recently, it's been more of the latter. Now, earlier this year, I held a job in the corporate arena with a large corporation where I was laid off and rather unceremoniously. So I'm not independently wealthy and I work, need to, you know, I mean, that's the way this lifetime is set up. And to experience a layoff, perhaps you've been laid off, can be a really stressful proposition because then, in almost all cases, we have to go find something else, right? And sometimes the period of time between being unceremoniously cast aside by your old job and finding something else that's profitable, sometimes there's a significant gap of time in between where all kinds of stressors can arise, all kinds of problems can arise, and anxiety and worry. Bring it all to the Holy Spirit and forgive, forgive, forgive. The more we forgive, the better. What is the subject of our forgiveness? Anything that makes us uncomfortable, anxious, uneasy, anything that's not wholly joyous is an opportunity for you to forgive. And we bring our dilemmas and issues to the Holy Spirit. He leads us. So I've been led in the last 48 hours bringing these problems to the Holy Spirit, to a couple of different conversations that have uh, quite simply dropped in my lap. One of them was an invitation to a Zoom call yesterday that was completely unexpected. I didn't plan it myself, but the Holy Spirit did. And on that call, I received a lot of clarification about the current financial dilemmas. And it's the Holy Spirit speaking. I didn't have any idea that I was even going to be on this call yesterday, but there I found myself getting clarification from the Holy Spirit. And the outward form it took was this couple from Tennessee. I mean, the outward form it's taking right now is a pixelated image on your screen, assembled and reassembled in a constellation of dots that looks like a middle-aged man from Arizona. It can't get any more ordinary than that. No, it's the Holy Spirit that's speaking to us here, always. That is the case in each and every one of these videos. When something connects for you, you may 100% count on the fact that it's him. I mean, what's Reverend Tomas Garza but an assemblage of sounds? It's a bunch of sounds glommed together to which we give all of the meaning that it appears to have for us. So this really excellent question goes to our relaxing and trusting and bringing everything to the Holy Spirit. You begin to get the clarification. Now, I don't have multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional income at the moment, but clarification does help. Clarification brings with it a certain lightness, and having gotten rid of certain anxieties, gotten rid of certain baggages along the way as we forgive and release, what that does is open us to what's next. The Holy Spirit knows. If you don't know, that's okay. It's okay because your inner teacher does. And this is all about our learning to relax and trust his guidance. And now the particular question was about our financial situation, which, yeah, we do need to attend to in the world. We got bills to pay. I got bills to pay. I understand. Believe me. And it comes down again to this relaxing and trusting. And there is no order of difficulty in miracles. One is indeed exactly like any other. So, whatever the difficulties that you appear to be having, forgive them, give them to the Holy Spirit, whatever that may look like. We're learning to think with Him, or to let Him think for us. Remember, the Holy Spirit's part of our mind, after all. In doing all of this, you are, in fact, accessing your power, your real power, which is what this is all about. So I hope that you've found this conversation helpful. I really do appreciate the question, and I welcome all questions that you may have. I'm here to serve as a guide for you, and I'm very interested in what's coming up for you live. So please feel welcome to ask any questions if you've got them. If you have not yet subscribed, please do so. would love to have you join us. This is the prompt in the corner of your screen. When you click that arrow, you'll be invited to join us. So please go ahead and do that. And thank you again for the question. I invite all of them, any and all that you may have. And I will talk to you all again very soon.